Hi, Lisa Christensen with My Dream Rose. I love teaching you about mindfulness, and I wanted to share with you a mindful exercise I just got done teaching at the library, at our local library. And I had all my spots filled, and it was a wonderful class. And in there, I talked about how we have to, as mothers, as people, we have a lot of thoughts, and our thoughts can control us if we let it. I have learned that not all my thoughts have to control me, and using mindfulness has helped me as a creative and as a mother and as a wife to really hone in on what is my body, what is my mind trying to tell me, and how can I use that to best serve the people I love, right? So how can I be the best mom? How can I be the best wife? And I have found that using mindfulness through creativity and using art has helped me more than probably anything else. And I wanted to share with you how I came up with this, but before this whole segment of mindfulness and painting, one of the books that I love is Paint Yourself Calm through Haines, and it's great. As you can tell, I have all these markings of things that I've either want to do or have done or want to do. It's just fantastic, and I absolutely love it. So anyways, her first quote, I wanted to read this to you because it's so true. Everyone can escape from stressful life situations to find inner peace simply by playing with color. And that I know without a doubt. I've loosely based this landscape from, I'm letting you see through the book. There's a lot of great, wonderful techniques. And it's right, it's one of their first techniques, the landscapes. A simple, beautiful, very textural landscape, and I love it. And she calls this poppy fields, and you can see the poppies in the red, and it's just beautiful. I just have so much fun. I can't wait to show you how I painted this. So let me kind of show you. So I have a couple rules when I'm using mindfulness to paint, and one is oh my gosh, no guilt, you guys. I have no guilt. And you will probably see me or hear me say, oh, I didn't like that. That's okay. I don't have to like it, but no guilt. Oh, I should have done that. No, you're getting, the whole point of this painting practice is to not think about anything but the color getting onto the page. And that is what we are trying to do. So I have, this is like a Quin yellow, an Indian red, which is very opaque, which will work well for the darkers, and then like a hooker's green, and then I have to have some sort of mica pigment on my when I'm doing mindfulness paintings because it just makes me happy. So I choose a shimmery color, and whatever makes you happy is what it's about. And look at that. It's super shimmery, and it has just enough green or blue tint to it that it just adds to the paper. So anyways, I'm going to spread that out because if I don't necessarily want it right there, but that's okay. Okay, so to start, I'm just thinking, and oftentimes I will have Alexa play music for me, and I'm not going to do that, but I could. This is also something that Kateri Ewing has showed me, is that start your painting sessions or start your day with a no guilt painting. And I think that has helped me become a much better mom, a much stable mom, where I'm not always thinking about, oh, I wish my kids ... or I could have done this so much better if I ... Nope, no, not thinking about it. And look at that yellow. You can just play with the yellow. So I'm going to stop talking and let you watch. The nice thing about this guilt-free painting is I'm going to add texture because that's what I like to do. And I don't care because it's guilt-free. So there you go. I have this beautiful texture. I'm just thinking about the colors on the paper. I'm not thinking about anything else right now. Now I'm going to take this green. Ooh, that's such a pretty green, isn't it? And maybe because it's super bright, I'm going to add some of that red to it so it's not so, so it's a little bit muted. There we go. That's probably what I'm looking for. And wherever I feel like putting my tree line is where it's going to go. And then I'm going to tilt my paper down. It's very loose and fluid, which makes me happy. If you, the other thing I love about this is there's a lot of things that we can't control in life, and watercolor helps us realize that, because you can control watercolor, but when you don't control watercolor, you get so many beautiful effects that you may not have gotten had you been so worried about the control aspect of it. Okay. And so this is like a wet into wet variegated wash. And as I am painting, now that I got my yellow sky and my yellow field, I'm thinking about like an autumn afternoon, right? Where like the whole world is just yellow because of the way it is. Now I'm going to take in some of this beautiful red. This is Indian red, and I might mix it in with the orange. And I'm going to splatter a little bit, maybe right here. And I'm letting it flow because I can't control it, right? I don't want to control it. I want it to be I want it to add its beauty. And I'm going to take some of just the yellow and add more of that yellow in because I took away some of it. And every time you paint something like this, it's going to look different because your moods are different. Everything about what you do, you know, it's just different. You just have to like take it and run. And I'm going to add some more of this green, and it is very, very wet, but that's okay. And wherever I think I want more green right here. I'm just going to dot it in because it's really, really wet, and I can. That's perfect. Now with the sky, maybe I want a little bit more here and here. And then I'll take my clean brush and just kind of smooth it out. So we still have that look of sky, but it's not right there. Now I'm going to take some of this mica color and I'm going to add it in here. And maybe I'll splatter a little bit down here just to give it some shimmer. And then I'm going to come back in here with the green. And I can see the shimmer just activating the paper. It's really pretty. Okay, and now I can let it dry for a little bit, and while I let it dry, I usually like when I'm waiting for it to dry, I will often just think about what's bugging me, what can I change? Is there anything I can change? Or sometimes I'm so grateful that I just want to, you know what? I just want to paint and feel happy and not think about anything. And I think that's a great thing too. So what I will do is I will clean this up a little bit, and then you can go in with the more details. Hello, it's dry now, totally dry. So I'm going to go ahead and start on my second layer. And again, we're still thinking about mindfulness, so if you're coming back maybe on the next day or something because you can, now this is where I just kind of like to play with my colors and just kind of, it's almost like a meditative practice. I'm just adding where I want my greens to be. And like I said, every time I paint this like type of landscape, it changes. It's never the same. And I think that's the beauty of watercolors. You can make it, you can't ever keep, it can't stay the same. You don't want it to stay the same. At least I don't. And I'm definitely looking at all the imperfections and thinking, oh, I'm so glad I have no judgment on my painting. I can just play with the colors that I have. I really like the flow of that, so I'm going to let that be. I'm going to clean my brush off, dab it, And I just don't want any lines. I want it to be a very organic feeling. So maybe I'll turn it upside down and just add that beautiful rich green and see what happens when I make it go, when I tilt it up. Yeah. I'm just gonna let it flow, and if it goes all the way to the top of the page, that's okay. Maybe that's what your painting needs. You know? So just, and then I always like to just add a dark line wherever I think the bottom of that should be. And I'll take some of that iridescent paint that I had on my palette and just add to it. And that's going to add to those trees. I'll take more of that red and the green and keep going down, and it's going to flow downwards, which is fine. And I kind of like that. I really like that. I think I would let it be. Now I'm going to kind of worry about this line. I don't want a harsh lines, and I'm just playing with colors, and I'm playing with these 3, yellow, red, and the green. And all that red that I put down is now gone again. So I'm going to take this beautiful yellow, and I have a ton left. I'm just going to make it really bright right up here. Get more water on my brush. Just like this. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So now what I'm doing is I'm creating this, like, this glazed layer, so then I have just enough water to let my red kind of play. And I want that deep earth red, and I'm going to splatter very lightly on it because I can. And I'm going to let that sit for just a tiny bit. Let it kind of act like flowers or something. And then maybe I'll just, it's my painting, I'm going to do what I want. While I'm thinking about it, I'm just thinking, oh, what should this field, what do I want to say with my brush strokes? Maybe I want to say that it's harvest time. And you can see the rows of field, and maybe it's because I'm really grateful for the harvest and for the farmers. My best friend is a farmer's wife, and I have a lot of admiration for farming, the farming community in general. Yeah, I want to add some splatter. At this point, I don't really want the green in with my yellow, so I just erase that. Mistakes happen. That's okay. I can erase that. And then I think I need my toothbrush to really get into the smaller bits, and then I think I might be done with this piece. I don't know if there's much else I can do, but I'm really loving this texture right in there, and this right here. And then if I wanted to later, I could go in with a darker, almost a dark green, and do trees. But I like it just like that, so I think I'm going to leave it. But I am going to get a toothbrush and show you how to add just a little bit more. So, very lightly. But first I gotta get my green, or nope, I want red. There. Just got a whole bunch of red on my, and now I can take my thumb there. I think that's enough. Let's see. I love it. I really like it. it'll look even prettier when it's completely dried. But there you go. There's the finished piece. You can see it. It's gonna look beautiful, and you get, what a beautiful painting that could be for someone, to brighten up someone's day. And you're in a better frame of mind and a happier person because of it, because you played with color and created something. That's what mindfulness is all about, and I love using mindfulness for creativity. So I hope this makes you want to paint and helps you to get to the other side of things, of whatever's bugging you in your life. So enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Hi, back here with our mindfulness painting. This is it's dry, completely dry. I let it dry overnight, and I came back to it this afternoon with fresh eyes, and I see some things that I want to work with. Now, I love the texture that's going on, so I don't want to ruin that texture, but I do just want to add a little bit more trees. And again, like, it's not going to be like this. It's going to, because every time I paint something, it should look different, right? But what I am going to do is I'm going to take this green and this, like, I'm just going to get a really thick green and darkish greenish brown. And I think because I just want to go in and I want to paint kind of this as like trees or whatever I made, and just see kind of what happens. And then I'm going to just blend it out, and you can kind of see that now it's starting to take a bit more form. And I'll do the same thing to this side. I don't want to lose that texture. I'm just adding, so it looks like maybe there's like trees and things. And I think I'm going to add a little bit more. I really want it to be dark. There. And I think what I'll do is then blend this out a little bit more. I really like all that watermark there. And then I'm going to go back in, and this is going to be like that horizon line. I love guilt-free paintings because I'm not expected to produce anything fantastic. It just has to kind of go with whatever I feel like at the moment. And I think there's something beautiful about that. Yeah. And then because I don't really want this harsh edge right here, I will, yeah. I'm really enjoying this. Yep. And now if I have a little bit more yellow, I'm just going to use that yellow. And I'm going to brighten it up a little bit if I can. We'll see. And all the while I'm just really, it's a mindfulness painting, so I'm not thinking about anything else but the paint reacting to the paper. And do I like it? Do I want to change something? Maybe it's too late to change it and we just have to go with what we have, and that's okay too. I'm just hoping that yellow kind of gives more glow to it. And I am going to add a little bit more of this red. I think I'm going to add it right here. And then I'm going to blend it away. So that has a place to land. I feel like maybe that's a bush, or who knows what it is. Maybe I'll just make it into it. I don't know. So see, now I'm going in and messing with it when I shouldn't. It's a guilt-free painting there. All right, I might call this, now I'm going to call this done. I don't know if I want to add any extra detail. And I'm afraid that if I do, I'm just going to ruin the beautiful texture that it has. And I would call this like a very much an inspired landscape. And here's some more of that really pretty mica from Daniel Smith, and I'm going to just dab that in over here just to give it maybe an extra little bit of shimmer. Not, yeah. And maybe I'll just add some to the top too, just because I can, and I think that will just kind of give my viewer a whoa, what did she just do sort of thing. There, I like that. Maybe they're rolling hills or something. I don't know. I really like how it's turning out. Yeah, there we go. In eastern Iowa, we have these beautiful rolling hills, and that's what this reminds me of. See, there I go, changing things. But that's okay. And it can turn into something that you want. It doesn't always have to. I'm giving it a suggestion. I'm not saying, oh, look at this beautiful hill. So anyways, I think once it's dried, it's going to look beautiful. But anyways, I hope this gives you a little bit of glimpse into a mindfulness exercise where you're really just thinking about the color, placing it down, playing with the texture, and then your mind is just completely escaping your world, and you're into this other world that you've created. And that's what I love about painting. That's what I love about mindfulness. So give it a try. If you like this video, please always give me a thumbs up and tell me if you like these mindfulness activities. I'm really hoping to do a lot more, and I'd love to get your thoughts on it. So do you have any ideas on mindfulness activities? Let me know in the comments below. Talk to you soon. Bye.